Adobe spent decades making creativity more accessible, and that may have been the beginning of its problem. For years, Adobe looked untouchable. Photoshop became the standard. Illustrator became the standard. Premiere became the standard. Entire creative careers were built around Adobe's products. The company seemed to have achieved something every software business wants. It had become essential. If you wanted to work professionally, you learned Adobe. If a company needed creative work, it expected Adobe files. If a university taught design, Adobe was usually part of the curriculum. The position looked incredibly strong. And it was. But not for the reason most people think. Adobe didn't dominate because it sold software. Lots of companies sell software. Adobe dominated because it controlled professional advantage. Knowing Photoshop gave you access to opportunities that others didn't have. Knowing Premiere separated professionals from amateurs. The software mattered, but the gap it created mattered even more. For years, Adobe sat between ambition and opportunity. If you wanted to become a professional creator, you had to cross that gap. And Adobe owned the bridge. Adobe spent decades expanding that system. The strategy was simple. Make creative tools more powerful. Make creative tools faster. Make creative tools easier to use. Every update removed friction. Every new feature reduced complexity. Every improvement allowed more people to create professional quality work. The results looked fantastic. More users. More subscriptions. More creators. A larger market. Everything pointed in the right direction. Adobe was doing exactly what successful companies are supposed to do. It was solving problems, removing barriers, expanding opportunity. There was no obvious mistake, no disastrous decision, no failed product, no crisis. But beneath the growth, something unusual was happening. Every improvement that expanded Adobe's market also weakened the scarcity that made the market valuable. The easier creative work became, the less valuable technical mastery became. The more accessible professional tools became, the less exclusive professional skills became. At first, this looked like success. Because it was success, every metric continued moving upward. The creative industry was growing, but creative advantage was shrinking. And those are not the same thing. As more people gained the ability to create, creation itself became less scarce. When something becomes less scarce, power usually moves somewhere else. The strange thing about scarcity is that it rarely disappears. It usually relocates. For decades, creative skill was the bottleneck. If you could create, you had leverage. If you couldn't, you didn't. But once enough people could create, creation stopped being the constraint. The industry didn't stop rewarding value. It simply started rewarding something else. And companies built around one bottleneck often struggle to see the next one. Not because they are weak, because they are successful. Adobe spent decades mastering the scarcity that shaped the creative economy. It didn't realize the economy was already organizing itself around a different one. If you're into strategic business breakdowns, I post more of them on my Telegram.